Well, we just had another new development, and at the risk of making all this very complicated matter seem even more complicated, I have to tell you what just happened, and I want to take you over to the map to do it. We talked about Mosul, which was an important city that the forces overtook. We've talked about them headed toward Baghdad. We've talked about how they got to Crete, and we've explained that they're close to, but not yet in Kirkuk. Well, remember, there's the Sunni and there are the Shia, and then there are the Kurds, which live in the north, right? They have some oil fields up there as well. They've been shipping some of, or I should say, trucking some of their oil into Turkey with the idea to avoid the central government in Baghdad so that Baghdad doesn't get this money and the Kurds can get it. They see themselves kind of separately anyway. Remember when the war began, we dropped some troops in the north of Iraq, and they came down to help solidify and secure the treasures and all of that? I think it was the 5th ID that came from Texas. Anyway, that was in Kurdistan, where they're just kind of not part of all of this conflict, or that's how it had been. The Kurds have since had this oil conflict, and what they've done is some of their oil has gone through Turkey, ended up in a Turkish base, and started making its Turkish port, and ended up headed toward the American Gulf Coast. Then it turned around, and now the government in Baghdad is going to file with the United Nations a complaint. So that sort of ratcheted up the troubles between the Kurds in the north and the Baghdad central government. Here's what just happened. The Peshmerga are the Kurdish forces that operate within the Iraqi army, but they're Kurds, the Peshmerga. They've just taken over Kirkuk. This happened in the last few minutes. We got a dispatch from a leader of the Kurdish forces, again, the Kurds in the north of Iraq, that they've taken over Kirkuk. And the quote from the leader of that group is, the central government forces, the Iraqi forces, the Iraqi government forces led by Nouri al-Maliki have abandoned their posts, and the Kurds, the Peshmerga, have taken over in Kirkuk. You think this isn't moving fast? This is moving fast. And just in, wire copy and prompter, Vice President Biden tells Iraq's Nouri al-Maliki that he should be prepared to intensify, accelerate security support and cooperation with Iraq. That from the White House. Let me back that up. Prompter, read it again because this is brand new to me. This is what just happened. Vice President Biden has just told Iraq's Nouri al-Maliki that the United States is now prepared to intensify and accelerate security, support, and cooperation with Iraq. Now, when we say with Iraq, that does not mean the Kurds in the north. It does not mean the Sunni who are running the insurgency. It means the central government of Nouri al-Maliki. The central government of Nouri al-Maliki, which is not supported by his troops. The troops are melting away in the face of all that's happened here. As the insurgents, the Sunni insurgents come, they're melting away, leaving their weapons, the money's being taken. Now the United States is saying, we have just told Nouri al-Maliki in the last few moments, we're going to help you now. We're going to help you in specific ways. So from 3 days ago, when everything seemed to be status quo, now lost are the cities of Mosul and Fallujah. Now Kirkuk is gone, the ancestral home of Saddam Hussein is gone, and the United States is about to step in.